What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video on the Concerned Sports Fan YouTube channel. This is video, I believe, 6 of 10 or 7 of 10 to on the road to the new camera. Yes, remember, like I said, if I make 10 videos, get a new camera. I think this is 6 or 7, might be 6. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 5 more videos to go apart from this one till I think it's okay for me to get a new camera. Moving forward, we will knock this video out of the way. And you clicked on this video, thank you very much for clicking on it and coming back. Today we are going to be talking about the World Series, which is going to be starting today, tomorrow, whenever you guys are watching this, yesterday, whenever, depending on when you guys are watching this. You guys could be watching this when the World Series is over. You could be watching this the day the World Series starts or the day before, who knows. But the World Series is now here. It's crazy to think about. I went to opening day. Did I go to opening day? I didn't go to opening day, but I remember opening day like it was just yesterday in that 40-minute video I recorded. 40-minute video I recorded. I recorded a 40-minute video for baseball, and I talked about every single team in the league. You know how long that took me to record? Oh my god. I don't know why I did that, but I did it and I got views. So thank you guys for watching that. If you guys did, if you didn't, I will leave a link for it up here. Maybe if you guys are interested to watch it. It's a 40-minute video, so if you're gonna watch it, get some snacks. But like I said, the World Series is now here. I will look back at this series in a few weeks and think to myself, I think I made the right choice in my decision. But we are gonna get into it. We have the Astros and we have the Nationals, who took very different routes in getting here to the World Series. And honestly, it's two teams that I think very much deserve it in many different ways. Now, what I mean by that is the Astros, everybody's team that had been sucking for years up until maybe a few years ago, that everybody knew now, like, these guys are for real. This team is for real, so they've won it before. They won it in 2017. We're almost there in 2018 and are back now again in 2019 because they're so damn dominant. And the reason they're so dominant is because they have Gerrit Cole, Justin Verlander, and now Zack Greinke on the mound. What that means is they have some of the best starting pitching in baseball, and possibly the best starting pitcher in baseball in Gerrit Cole, who's probably going to win AL Cy Young. I don't think he was my choice, but he's putting up great numbers. Right now, he is on a run in the postseason at a .4 ERA, 3 games started, 3 games played, where he is going on a Madison Bumgarner type run in the World Series from 2014, where Madison Bumgarner only had a .47 ERA, and now Gerrit Cole only has a .4 ERA, and he's looking like one of those guys who was on the mound. It's over. It's a shutdown. But on the other hand, the Nationals also have a good three-headed monster in Max Scherzer, Steven Strasburg, and Patrick Corbin, who all three are looking pretty damn decent. Max Scherzer, I mean, is probably going to win NL Cy Young. So to have Gerrit Cole and Max Scherzer going up in Game 1 against each other is going to be freaking crazy. Now, when it comes to pitching in the series, offense is going to be very, very, very slim because both these guys are very shut down. Now, they're not going to give up any free passes. They're going to be pounding the strike zone all game long, and you're going to have to get your runs when you can get them. You're going to have to capitalize on very important moments in the game. If it's the top of the first, the bottom of the first, and you have 2 men on, you have to take advantage of that because that might be the only time it happens. Gerrit Cole went on a run where he was striking out 10 batters a game for about 7 or 8 starts. Like, imagine, automatically you're getting 10 outs, strikeouts. Max Scherzer and Steven Strasburg are the 2 guys that are going to be leading this force within the Washington Nationals, with Patrick Corbin coming in as a reliever, as a starter whenever you need him. He's been really diverse like that and has been coming in clutch in some key situations, with the same going for Justin Verlander and Zack Greinke. Justin Verlander is that workhorse who's done it before, has been in the postseason many times, has had his perfect games, has had his no-hitters, who's just dominant. He's going to be dominant again. He hasn't been the best. He hasn't been Showtime Justin Verlander, but he's still going to be that guy in the World Series who will be consistent for you, who will get you outs, and having him go up against Steven Strasburg in Game 2 is just going to be even crazier. So like I said, runs are going to be at a premium this series because all these pitchers are very stingy. The only way I could see people getting runs up on the board is if you have bullpens not showing up to their expectations. If you can get to the starting pitchers early enough to where managers are starting to get panicked and starting to be a little paranoid, so they're going to start their starting they're going to have to pull their starting pitchers, and you get to the bullpen, that's when you have to capitalize. Now, with these starting pitchers going in pretty deep into the games, I don't see that happening very often to where managers are like, we got to take him out in the third, take him out in the fifth, maybe take him out in the sixth. To where if you could get into the fifth inning with a reliever, or you can get a reliever before the sixth inning, you have a chance. Now, when it comes to offense, though, I do see the Astros being the team with the upper hand. They have had consistent hitting all throughout the lineups. They have the likes of Alex Bregman, Jose Altuve, Carlos Correa, George Springer, Yuli Gurriel, Yordan Alvarez, who's probably going to win Rookie of the Year in the AL, honestly. This kid is ridiculous. Maybe played less than a few months, but had no other competition really because Vlad Guerrero Jr. was hurt most of the year. So Yordan Alvarez might be looking like that Rookie of the Year. I don't know how much they'll play him, honestly, though, just because he is still new. He is a little bit of a rookie, so they're not going to trust him too much. But just that infield with, like I said, Correa, Gurriel, Bregman, and Altuve, that four right there is just going to be crazy. Michael Brantley can get you a hit whenever you need because he's a consistent 300 hitter. George Springer in the outfield, and then Josh Reddick to clean you up defensively. That's their whole starting 8-9 rotation players. Like, how do you defend against that? You can't pick and choose your spots here and there. You're going to have to attack these guys all night. So, like I said, they're going to have the upper hand. That's not saying, though, that the Washington Nationals don't have a good offense. Adam Eaton, Anthony Rendon, Juan Soto, who at 20 years old is looking like Bryce Harper was never a thing in the Nationals. I mean, they got rid of... Who would have thought that the Nationals would have gone here? Who would have gone this far? They got rid of Bryce Harper. Oh, Bryce Harper decided to leave in the offseason for Philadelphia, who didn't even make the playoffs. And is now, the Nationals are just cruising on into the World Series. I don't want to say they were cruising because they did struggle along the way into the regular season, but they did eliminate the Dodgers in the postseason. They did get past the St. Louis Cardinals in a sweep and are now at the World Series. So they're one of the crazier runs that I've seen in a long time. And if you want to see Howie Kendrick hit a grand slam, hit the link right up here after you're done with this video. It's a great video. It's a good time. You're gonna want to watch that video. But just because the Astros have a good 1-9, they're just solid throughout the whole team, doesn't mean that the Nationals won't give them issues. Now, that being said, though, the Nationals are a good story coming into the World Series. Like I said, Bryce Harper decides to leave in the offseason. You don't know if they're actually going to make the playoffs. They were, I think, 12 games under 500 midway through the season, and were struggling pretty badly to the point where they thought it was over for them. Max Scherzer was getting hurt. Strasburg was all right. Patrick Corbin wasn't doing that great, and that offense was struggling. But they decided to pick it up. They were one of the hotter teams in the NL throughout the rest of the season, and were right there behind the Braves when it came to the NL East, to the point where they were finishing with the best record in the NL from mid-season on. They're a good storybook franchise at the moment, but the Astros are honestly just one of those teams where they're just going to punch you straight in the mouth because they're that damn good, and Gerrit Cole is not going to show you any mercy. Now, with that being said, though, I will make a prediction, and I will give you guys my World Series MVP. Now, when it comes to World Series winners and predictions and MVPs, I think this is how it goes. Game 1, you get the Astros, who are just going to be lights out with Gerrit Cole on the mound, are going to hit at least 2 or 3 home runs, and they're going to win big in the first game because they've been there before. They have the experience to do that, and they're just going to smack you in the mouth, and they're just going to steal Game 1 like it's nothing. Now, Game 2 is where it's a little tricky because Steven Strasburg is doing well right now, and Justin Verlander isn't doing that great. So I do think that the Nationals can steal Game 2 on the road, and they do go back to Washington tied 1-1. Now, when it comes to Games 3 and 4, you're going to have Patrick Corbin going for the Nationals in Game 3. You're going to have Zach Greinke going for Game 3 for the Astros. Now, in that game, I think it's going to be more offensive based because Zach Greinke hasn't been doing that well in the World Series or the postseason in general, and neither has Patrick Corbin. So I think you could throw a game in there where the offense just explodes and the Astros just take an early lead and just win the whole thing there with a big game. And then Game 4, some of the same thing. I think you have Gerrit Cole pitch in Game 4, and then he gets you that game, so you're up 3-1. And then you go back to Houston to finish it off in Game 5. And then in Game 5, you're going to have Justin Verlander just be Justin Verlander for the possibly one of the last times you see him in a World Series and just be lights out completely, maybe give you about 7 or 8 innings. Either Robert Osuna or Gerrit Cole comes in and closes it out and does have that Madison Bumgarner type feeling in 2014 and just closes the game out and just wins it right there in Game 5. Because the Astros will be winning this World Series in 5 games, and the World Series MVP will possibly go to 1 or 2 people because this is how I think it'll go. Now, you could either go pitching based and say Gerrit Cole will win World Series MVP because he's going to have a very dominant game 1, a very dominant game 4, and possibly give you a relief inning in game 5 to win it out. Or if you want to go offensive minded, I think George Springer will be that guy. Or maybe Michael Brantley. Either one of those guys are very consistent, but Michael Brantley is a 300 and above hitter. This guy just sees the ball differently. He sees the ball every time in the strike zone and just gets contact and gets on base. Now, if you want to be that guy who will just be consistently getting on base, then Michael Brantley. But I think George Springer just breaks out this World Series and just puts the team on his back offensively and hits a home run in at least 3 out of the 5 games, and also delivers on the defensive side of the ball, which will win him World Series MVP. Now, with that being said, the Washington Nationals deserve so much credit for being here with the season that they've had. Nobody thought they were going to get here, but unfortunately just run into the wrong Astros team at the wrong time, with the Astros just being that dominant, winning over 100 games again, and winning a second World Series in 3 years. But let me know what you guys think down below. Who do you think is going to win the World Series, and how many games? Who's going to be World Series MVP? And what are you looking forward to in the World Series? Are you looking forward to Gerrit Cole in Game 1? Are you looking forward to offense? Are you looking forward to defense? What is your take on this, guys? Let me know down below in the comment section. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, share this video with your friends and family. If you are new around here, I do appreciate you guys for clicking on the video. Don't forget to subscribe. And for my returning viewers, again, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I am Miguel, the Concerned Sports Fan, and I will see you guys at the next one. I am out.